So I've been getting tons of questions about this headache rack, which I always do every time I post pictures of this truck. But it is Tuesday, so I figured this was a prime opportunity to talk about. It's crazy because people ask, where did I buy this rack from? And obviously I made it. And just to answer the question, it's not attached to the cab. If you think about it, the cab swivels different from the bed, so you can't really tie it into the cab. Anyways, people are like, where'd you buy that rack? Where can I buy that rack? I'm like, well, I made it. And it's just weird or funny how things have changed, because I think Chip Foose said it best. He said it's kind of a crime that they took auto mechanic shops out of high schools, because the goal today is for kids or people growing up is, what can I afford, not what can I build. And back in the day, I mean, everything was just what you can build. And there's still a lot of that. It's just all the time I'm seeing now, like, everything's just bolt on. And there's great companies that can CNC stuff out and got 3D printers and can make parts. And it really saves you a lot of time from back in the day. You know, like when I come and swap this, instead of figuring out what brake lines or clutch lines and stuff I needed, I just got on a Facebook page and boom, there's a part number and I threw it in. That saved me a lot of time. But you just got to think that if you have an idea, might as well make it happen. This rack idea, I had this truck for a long time before I thought of this, and I just was sitting there thinking, I was like, well, that would be cool if I could put my four-wheeler on top of it. So I made it happen. But if you think about it, everything was a result of someone's idea. So instead of thinking what you can buy, maybe be a little different. Don't try to just fit in because you're fitting in. Get whatever's in your head out. Remember when you're a kid, especially guys, it's like, oh, it would be awesome to like take this motorcycle motor and put it on a go-kart, or build a jet ski motor into a pontoon boat or whatever. And I had a lot of those dreams, and sadly I didn't do a whole lot of them just because I always made excuses. Now, like I said, everything's an idea. So like this, making electricity into a light bulb was an idea. Molding plastic into a grill was an idea. Putting an electric motor on a gear train so you could pull yourself out of situations or pull something to you was someone's idea. Now, these portable lights were an idea. Putting a bearing on a wheel so you could go down the road, or tempering metal in a leaf spring shape to hold suspension. It's true in everything in life. You can spend forever just on one truck. It's just, that's because someone acted on their idea. So act on yours and stuff will make happen. I mean, just even going down the road, someone was like, you know what, I'm tired of looking at a horse's ass every time I go down the road, so why don't we make something that drives itself? And they're like, well, that's a good idea. That kind of reminds me, the other day I learned like the term dashboard. That term came from the horses dashing in front of the carriage, and that board was put up there so they didn't get your shit and all that stuff up on you. Anyways, food for thought. I've had an energy drink earlier, but another rant deal. A lot of people on Instagram, like I did it the other day, they posted something about the NASA going back to the moon or whatever, and I said, the moon landing never happened button with the arrow or whatever, and I got a whole bunch of likes. But people are really sensitive about that subject. It's like, god dang. But anyways, I get most of my political content or news, like a lot of people do now, on Instagram, and they cycle the most like comment first, and it's always like Trump 2024 button, Biden whatever button, this button. It's like, I don't get it. Like, it's just starting to irritate me. Why don't you come up with something intellectual, or I can't even say that damn word, anyways, to like, instead of just one button. Anyway.